Well, we're looking forward to playing Tennessee. Obviously the game is hugely important for both teams for obvious reasons, and we understand we're playing just a great quarterback. I think I'm just very very impressed with them offensively, and in particular him. I mean, I think Tyler's really a very well coached, and he just presents a lot of problems. And they also have a couple great receivers too. So we're working hard. Our players are practicing well, and we can understand where everything is in relationship to the season, and so we just want to go play well. And it's a great place to play, and looking forward to playing.
For questions for Coach Pinkel, please press *1 now. First, we have Dave Pasquich, Chattanooga Times Free Press.
Hey, Coach. I mean, I know you've already faced the likes of, Georgia and South Carolina and Alabama. When you're talking about Tennessee's offense, what are maybe some different problems that they pose?
Well, this quarterback, they're just different in terms of, they just really lean on him a lot. I mean, he's a great player. He is, obviously maybe the best tandem. There's a lot of great receivers in our league, but surely maybe the best tandem, at least playing at the level that they're playing and athletically. And they just have a real good scheme and system in place. But they like throwing the ball. They're good at it, and they run the ball too. But certainly they got a guy that can throw it well and people that can catch it, and that's the way they lean direction wise. And it's served them well. I mean, their yards and points they put up have been staggering.
And how do you feel that your corners can match up against those receivers, especially from a physical standpoint?
Well, I don't know if you can. We've played against some big wide receivers before. We have some big wide receivers on our team too. So, I think that's always a challenge a little bit there too. I think the whole thing is you just want to keep big plays to a minimum as best you can. And it's very difficult to do. Everybody wants to do it against them, but that's certainly what everybody tries to do. They're going to have their completions. He's going to make his throws, but can you keep the damage down in terms of yards after a catch and long balls downfield, and hopefully we can try to do that.
Thank you.
Next is Edward Ashoff of ESPN.com.
I know that you guys have obviously backed James Franklin and everything, but how is he doing taking more criticism this year and obviously having to overcome all these injuries this season?
Well, it's been, I appreciate the question. It's been real difficult. There's been nothing normal. I coached quarterbacks at Washington years. My whole career has been around quarterbacks, and we've been fortunate to have a lot of good ones associated with us over the years. And I've never had a quarterback go through anything like this, physically, ever. And, major knee surgery, and re-injures his shoulder in a different place, misses games, strains his MCL, misses practices, games. Didn't throw the ball May, June, July, and it's been difficult for him. But he's a competitor, and he's having a great his best practice of the year yesterday, and in my opinion, and certainly I do support him, and I think he's got great potential, but also it's just not a normal, the guy's just having a tough year. He's having a tough year because there's a lot of things that have happened to this guy, and he's been through hell, and but all this is also all going to make him tougher. Quarterback's got to have that mental resiliency, that mental toughness, and he's getting that. He's getting calloused up a little bit, and that's okay. That'll help him be a better player down the road.
And how do you make sure that he keeps his spirits up? I mean, especially after a game like Florida.
Well, first of all, I think you analyze the game of Florida. You analyze, what were bad decisions. He had trouble transferring the weight onto his front foot. He had trouble last week in practice doing that. These balls sailed on him. Well, unfortunately, a couple of those throws were sailed on him, and it had nothing to do with his decision making. And the last one had, he threw, 10 seconds left after driving us from the 20-yard line all the way down to try to win the game or tie the game. So, that's where you learn. That's where you grow as a quarterback. The physical side, fundamentally, he'll get back to, the more he's had a good week of practice this week, he'll get back there. But you really grow in the mental side of it. Your quarterbacks are like coaches. You're gonna take a lot of heat. That's part of the deal. But you recognize that, and also it makes you tougher. If it makes you tougher, you probably become a better quarterback.